I think one of the biggest things that we can learn from this as we move into the new school year, for many school districts, it was rapid fire, right? It was like all of a sudden schools will shut down and we have 2 weeks or 3 weeks to get ready to how do we transform what we were doing face-to-face to an online environment. So I think one of the biggest things that we can take away as we move forward is that we remember that we're on an online environment, and it's more than just taking what we did face-to-face and putting it in a virtual world. It's two different types of learning environments. And I think that's why we must be very flexible in our learning and give ourselves grace when it doesn't go the way that we want it to.
I feel like from my point of view and with the work that I did with educators, classroom educators last year, one of the biggest lessons that we learned is that we really did have the tools to be successful, but that we needed to spend time really honing our craft to use those tools, and to understand that not everyone is going to be in the same place at the same time. And it really does go back to that equity lens and making sure that we are able to shift our expectations for ourselves, for our students, and for our families to ensure that we're meeting everyone's needs. Because that was one of the most difficult things, was keeping students engaged. And so how do we get that engagement level to rise as we move into the fall?
Excellent.
And I was just going to add to that when Jennifer mentioned engagement. It just made me think about how often we're trying to get our kids engaged, and then that engagement looks different for many students and families. And so just because a student is signing in every day and participating, and we'll say that kid is really engaged, that's not necessarily engaged just because they showed up. I mean, that's good that they're there, but let's not discount the kid who may not be signing in as well. And then we're saying that they are not engaged because maybe they're just submitting in they may just be submitting their work. So I think that goes back to that flexibility and recognizing, again, with that equity lens, that it's going to look different for everyone and every family. And that while we're setting these expectations and goals, doesn't necessarily mean that we're lowering expectations, but I think that our first priority is also the social and emotional well-being of our students and their families. And so I think that should be at the forefront of everything that we do prior to pushing out, making sure everybody has signed in and, turned in an assignment. But how are you?